Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we are taking a trip up to Presque. We are gonna go to Haines equipment and to the John Deere dealership. So we're getting an early start. It's a little bit before 5 o'clock. Shane's just putting air in the tires. And yeah, so we're looking forward to this trip. Shane hasn't actually been over to Haines before, and I went with Dave, and I'm gonna do a video there for you guys. So that place is really awesome. I'm excited to show you guys everything they have there. So I will bring you guys back a little later in the daylight. So we're about halfway there. I do have to say that the drive was really beautiful. All the trees were frosted over, and it was a nice drive. Okay, a little after 9, we made it here. We are in Presque now. So we're gonna go to the John Deere dealership first. And we have some business to take care of there with Gary. So I'll see if I can do a little filming there. Okay. All right. There are a lot of bigger tractors here than the dealership in our area. Holy moly. We get the lawnmowers and they get all the good stuff up here. Is that it?
There she is.
There's our old tractor we traded in. It's not old, it's just not for us. This is all the used stuff here. And we got a decent selection of stuff. Whoa, look at the spread on that. Wow. It's a serious sprayer. All right, well, we're gonna go in and see Gary about a fertilizer spreader. I've actually never been inside here, so I'm sure it looks the same, but okay. Arrived.
Good.
Let's go. So we're over here at another farm looking at the spreader that we're looking to buy on that tractor we traded in. So looks really nice.
In the cab, it'll have some switches that these hook to.
Yeah.
It allows you to control your other various hydraulic functions on it.
Yeah.
It's real easy to install. Nothing real. Just power. But I'll get that.
Interesting.
Very easy.
It'd be cool to see it work. This is an air boom spreader. Is that what you call it? Yeah. Cool.
How much are you able to put down per acre with this?
It's been a real good machine once we kind of worked out a little bit of the fine tuning stuff with it. It's pretty good machine. It's been real good for sure.
Good.
Underneath there's these right here. So if you have lighter fertilizer, you can adjust these. Where I'm always very dense, so I have them closed straight up, but there's a hole behind there. And you can adjust that one way or the other to give you a little less or a little more pressure depending on what you're after.
No, everything we run usually seems to be around 67, 70 pounds a foot.
So you're going to want that closed right up with them for sure. Yep.
Oh, and plenty of clearance. Yeah, I think it's exactly what I'm looking for, Gary.
Perfect.
Okay, so we just finished up at the John Deere dealership. Everything went good there. I think we have an idea of what we're gonna do with our spreader, and we got to see one in somebody's storage, so that was helpful. So now we're on our way over to Haines, and hopefully Dustin's there. So I'll bring you guys back when we're inside. A reminder why we're here in Presque at Haines. Shane's picking up some parts for a conveyor that he's building with Derek for our destoner project. Yeah, that looks good.
So I will let him know right now.
I'll take the tag off unless you think you need it for some reason. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so I'm going to grab that. Your bin piler one.
Okay.
26 inch wide, like 20 feet long.
Okay.
Rockets.
What size shaft you can throw on? Inch and a quarter.
What size shaft are you going to sell me?
Whatever you want.
Probably.
They're equally popular.
Yeah.
I always have both.
I'll go inch and a quarter, I guess.
Just that. Beautiful. That might be worth talking with Steve about. Steve's been here for, well, when I was a kid and I piled wood, because my grandfather used to order 60 cord of wood. That's how he heated the shop.
Yeah.
And he'd order 60 cord of wood, and he'd have it dumped out there, and he'd have it cut, as in the tree would be cut, but it wasn't like giant chunks of wood. And Steve's been here since I used to do that out in the yard. We haven't heated with wood for a long, long time, so he's been here for like 34 years. So it's probably worth talking to Steve about anyway.
Steve?
You could use some assistance, perhaps, in your expertise.
So Shane took some time to talk with Steve about his design and what he was trying to do. Steve's been here for a really long time, and he has done most of the fabricating for the Haines equipment. So it was really cool to be able to talk right with him and get his expertise on everything. Everybody here is just so great. Good. So what do you think of the shop? Hey, do we need any more of this stuff?
Yeah.
I know, they got everything here. Everything you could want is in this building. This is like my favorite place to come. I don't know why, but I love it here. All right, guys, getting into this tour, I want to show you every single thing that's going on here. But this video would be way too long, so I'm going to show you some highlights of the different areas in this building and just show you how awesome Haines Manufacturing in Presque really is. I mean, this is all American hard work here. Everything they make is on site here. There's only a few things that they actually order in that aren't made by them in-house. Lots of raw materials turning into finished products here.
Oh yeah, so Barry's making some sizing screen. Yeah, so this is where we make sizing screen.
Wow.
Style. Oh, he's still got news. Oh yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
he's actually making, what's he making? He's making 4 foot by 2 inch.
1 15/16.
1 and 15/16. So we're that precise. So it starts off as a spool of wire, like it is right over there. Then we come through our new cutter machine here. It's cut into lengths, and we bring it over here to the jigs. So we got a bunch of jigs here, so it all gets pressed out to the jigs here. Just wrapping the ends.
Boy, that's cool.
And then we'll take it over to
Tedious.
Tedious, yes,
We'll
but
take it over to the stamper, and I'll take each piece and I'll make it in sections like this with the clip here. So as you can imagine, there's an awful lot of clips.
yes.
And then the things, but then he's got all the the hook ends all made too.
Wow.
So it's a process. It's not a new way of doing things, but it's the way that works. Back here is where we keep all our hydraulic
Yes.
stuff. Hoses, cylinders, keep it all marked for our equipment. I mean, all this stuff is stuff that we make, and it's all for stuff that we make. But obviously, it fits on a lot of different things. We try to make things out of parts that are fairly universal. This is where we make our donuts, so those washer donuts. This is the press for the washer donuts. So it comes in sheets. When we get you the sheets, I'll show you the sheets. They're big latex foam, and then it gets put out here. And that's a separate one. That's 4 3/4 by 5/8. That's one person uses that. So we have 5 and a quarter. So that gets pushed on the machine, big sheet, and then we press out on the sheet. All standard conveyor belt, and then of course we have bolt body belt and all that. This is all extra storage, so extra sprockets. We go through a few sprockets. That's just back inventory.
Yep.
And then we have all these bins are all full of sprockets.
Oh, wow.
And that's just for the showroom out front, so we'll try to fill it up.
Right.
A piece of equipment might take, 50 sprockets. Booster pumps, all that stuff that goes on washers and everything else. So we try to keep at least one or two of everything in stock. This is where we make the belted chain, back in this room. This is where it actually finally gets made. So I'm showing it to you backwards because we're walking backwards. So these start off just a 7/16 cold roll, just regular 7/16 cold roll. So we cut it, we rubber it, and then we press them, punch them, put them in the rack here, bring the belts over here, and then this is the double hammer. So the whole thing, he'll start off, he'll put in about 6 lags by hand, which is, and then we'll put them in here and we'll rivet them down in right here. So you get 30 feet belted chain in here. It gets pretty heavy.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's quite a job to make it. It's not bad. The whole process takes a while since we start from complete raw material.
Yeah.
That's what most people people look at it, it's like, oh Jesus,
But
looks pretty simple, but like here's an example. Like these pieces are already cut, okay, but they're not rubbered yet. So when we rubber them, that goes in here, right? We do this without glue. They used to usually be glued on. Now we do it without glue. So fill it with air a little bit. There we go. Slack. That gets stuck there. Air goes off. As the air goes off, it squeezes down in the tube. So that's all pre-measured here. Right there. Now that's on there.
Yep.
Right. Then I just take it over this machine. We press it down on the ends. Right. We crimp it. Once we crimp it, what that does is it lines up all the steel molecules. So then we can punch a 3/16 hole through 3/16. Rolls. We make rolls. Lots and lots of rolls. Pretty much every size. This is all stock size. And then, of course, you need a custom size. We make custom sizes too. So if you're going to roll something that's not a Haines piece of equipment, we can make it. This is the equivalent of our machine shop. Accurate to a 16. Right, Leon? Accurate to a 16-ish? Pretty accurate. So Leon does all of our lathe work and makes all the rolls. So
this is his specific.
This is his area.
Yep.
And enter on risk, right? Oh, he doesn't. Leon can do this part. This is we're starting to get into the fabrication area. So we got our brakes. These are big brakes, a metal muncher. Metal muncher is great for this. I can do everything on that. Punch some holes, square holes, round holes. We got the small shear, and we go up to. It says it'll take 3/16, but we really like to keep that to 1/8 and below. Yeah. Mostly use that for plastic. Then we got the big shear, and we can cut up to 3/4 inch. Not a big fan of it, but we can 5 feet to 3/4 inch that'll handle.
Wow.
Without having to do too much. Teeth not gnashing. Our new plasma tables. We had this table we got I think about a year and a half ago, and we use it to make all of our freeform parts, all the parts for machines and stuff. So. Kind of in this area, so if we need, sprocket, cases or whatever we need for wheels. Just a bunch of the little parts that we make, and then we make a few extra things like chain grabs. This replaced 2 plasma tables. We had 2 plasma tables. We had a tracer table, and then we had a 5x10 table, and this is a 6x13. It's a big one. Watch yourself through here. So this is the foam for the donuts here. Pieces and parts, extra motors, tumbler. So we have from coming off the plasma, we got all our tumblers right here. Yeah. And then all our extra parts. Yeah, everything is parts. Parts.
Parts. I know
This
these.
used to be a little bit more. It will be.
It happens. It goes through stages, right?
Everything goes through stages.
Everything goes through stages.
We know this.
It's good till it's not. And it's good again till it's not.
So all this extra steel here, these are all cut-off pieces. These are waiting to get turned into parts.
Yep.
So we'll take the extra shear pieces or something like that, and we'll turn it into, it might be turned into these things for the Department of Inland Fisheries. It might get turned into parts for us. It might get turned into who knows. But we're down to only 2 forklifts in the forklift graveyard, so we're doing well there.
We got 1 in ours right now.
There you go.
Well, we have 1 in each forklift graveyard, so
Okay.
that would be a total of 2.
Oh.
Yes.
Sheets, we go through a lot of steel. We're the only ones basically anymore selling steel north of Bangor.
Yeah.
So we go through a lot of steel. 2, 3, but I got 4 stations right here. He's rebuilding one of an old 7x9 hopper. Steve is building a plow for a farmer. I don't know what color it's gonna
Should be red.
be. It might be red.
Should be red.
Maybe red.
Yeah.
Let's paint it red. Steve, we're gonna paint that red. Black? Let's paint it red and black, just to mix it up a little bit. He's making Dan's making a planter filler. So let's do 6-row planter filler. So pretty neat. I mean, it's neat, right? You start from what you would
Raw
walk by,
material.
and then you end up here.
I know.
The only thing that we would buy in here is butter. Back there.
No,
This is a big furnace. This one heats the whole back of the shop.
Nice.
And then we got the hopper here for the pellets.
Did you make your own hopper and conveyor?
No. We bought that in. Completely bought in. Yeah.
Same red color though. You know.
Same red color. It's weird. Here's a new burner that we're going to put in. Right where that other hopper was.
Yep.
That burner's going in over there.
Nice.
So we get the chimney.
I mean, it's really comfortable in here, like temperature-wise.
Yeah, it's not bad for being in a shop, right?
No.
This is one of the advantages. This is like one of the ways I can get guys to come work here.
It's just like it's a nice
like
warm,
warmer than a potato house.
inside year round.
and it's warm.
Here's our rollers. We can actually roll up to 1/4-inch steel. On these ones, I don't like going much above 1/8. I can do 3/16 if they're small pieces. 1/4-inch I can do if they're small pieces. And this is back into our, so we make all these in the rubber room, right? All the drumming fingers. And she's been making those right steady, so we're in good shape there. These are belted and hooked for our new 2-row rock pickers that we're making. 2-row rock pickers with 72-inch.
we
Yeah, I saw those outside
Yeah.
the first time we came through.
Potato barrels in case you need potato barrels for some reason. We make all the PVC rolls, so we buy in PVC, and this is where these get made. And they get wood plugs put in the end of them.
and you guys are doing the wood too.
We make the wood rolls. Here, that's a stack. I was just training somebody how to make those.
Yeah.
And he decided he was going to find something else to do. And we're like, all right. But we make these wood rolls. So the ones that get rubber on them and stuff like that.
Yeah, like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we make the chain bowls from there of the UHMW. Cut them, router them, split them, and then turn them over, bolt them together. We drill them and bolt them, and then we put them on the lathe and swing them down to the.
Do you have a hard time keeping people here?
Keeping people? No.
That's good. I mean, you have a couple people that have been here for a long time.
Keeping
So.
people? No. Getting people who actually want to work? No. Just like everything else. Here's our paint room. We do not charge for paint. We are not artistes.
Nope.
No, you can get it any color as long as it's red.
Yeah, well, occasionally black if you requested black. You know, we're kind of like Model T.
There's a little black paint on the walls, I see.
No, we paint some things black. Yeah. A lot of red. A lot of red.
Yeah, well.
So we'll, I don't have firearm experience. Remember, I've been in a I don't think
Paint room. Cool. Oh, that's what this is? Bin piler? Okay. Gosh, it is so...
That'll get loaded with concrete at the end of it.
It's cool. It is so cool to see this stuff. Like, just in, yeah. Just
Raw metal.
raw metal, unpainted, like, yeah. It's just really cool.
Yeah, these are all ready for paint. So this is Steve. Steve does all of our steel cutting for customers.
Ah.
Steve some days is just to do pick up on all the small. He also does all the small fab. So some days Steve has a really nice day where he just gets to catch up on small fab. And some days Steve cuts steel.
All day long.
Yesterday was an all day.
Yeah.
Much different than the last time you were here because it's actually active.
Yeah, nothing was, you just had stuff in here.
Jen makes all the rubber that's coming out of our shop right now. So the side rubber pieces, these are molded and then get split into strips of, we keep them in strips of 4, but
Yeah.
sold the strips of 1. All of the Grimmy fingers are all those there. And since Jen's come, we've actually set up a couple new things. So we got new cutters to make life a little bit easier for everybody.
Tedious process.
No, it's a good process.
Yep.
A little loud sometimes. So
Cool.
That's, and storage, and then obviously belts. And you saw our showroom. It's got our store,
Yep.
motor,
The wall of belts.
belts, and pretty much everything you could possibly need.
Yep.
Kind of the rule of thumb is if we don't have it, you probably don't need it for your farm.
Yep.
Or we have something that we can do instead.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Glad to see you up here.
I know.
Well, thanks for the tour.
Oh, did you want to look at those potato buckets while you're here?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. See, that was the one thing. It was.
Go on back and grab Steve.
Potato bucket. Yeah. We almost forgot about it too.
We're outdoors, though.
That's okay.
Outdoors.
That's all right.
Is that why you got volunteered?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you know how long this is? No. Oh, so you probably got a tape measure.
Here. On the front to the end, maybe 52.
Okay.
66 wide.
66 wide.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
we haven't got any framework to make it. No, I think we should have put your tires
That's what Ray was talking about. He wanted one that was flat.
Yeah.
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 All right. So this is our haul. Got a few extra things. Got all the parts we need. Cool. Awesome. So we're just gonna go in and say goodbye and we'll be on our way. That was fun. I'm not gonna lose any of that squeegees and right?
Did you see on the slip? One cleaning special.
All right, so we are leaving Haines Manufacturing right now. I absolutely love coming here. It's like the coolest place ever. I'm probably the only girl that says that, but it's like my favorite place to go. Yeah, so all in all, this is just a little short trip, but a cool one. I finally get to show you guys a little bit of what the inside the shop looks like at Haines, and they make everything. Oh, look, here's some more things. Those are the rock pickers.
Yeah.
Yep. Very cool.
Double unloader.
Yep. Very cool. Okay guys, so we're gonna head back to Lewiston. We got about 3 hours, and I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I will see you guys soon. Sorry, it's been a little bit since I put videos out. I kind of took advantage of the week we had where we were a little bit slow, and I worked on some projects at home and took a little time to myself. So I'll try and get back on a schedule with a couple videos a week, but I'll see you guys next time.